Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Ringside Rants, where it's just yours truly, just Mike. And to my right, we have Josh, also known as Bad Karma. And
Yeah.
below me, we have Spicy Phil with the Godzilla. And to my far right, we have Jack and the music champion of music. And we're also sponsored by W.GG. Hashtag Ringside Rants, 10% off. Go ahead and get your energy supplements or whatever you drink. Get 10% off of it. They're good. They're good to good. And gentlemen, how the hell are you all tonight?
Hungry. Apparently, everybody's hungry.
Good guys. I guess I could sleep today and everything. Just I rewatched that episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Dude, I haven't felt this way in a decade about Game of Thrones. I actually feel excited. I haven't after the final episode of season 8. It just kind of ruined it for me. But this new series, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, kind of brought me back into it.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm not much of that, but I have. Well, we have all purchased. Well, three of the four of us, I have not purchased my ticket to Sacrifice yet.
I
It
have.
will be. Everybody else here has. I'm the one
Yes.
slacking tonight.
I'll be going down to the south.
They coming to the dirty, dirty.
The dirty.
Yep. The deep south.
The bottom is what they call it over there where Jordan's from. They call it the bottom.
We are.
Bottom of the boot.
We're all coasties, aren't we, Jordan? Except for Josh.
Yep.
Yep.
He's in the Midwest, so
Sounds like y'all gonna be going Saturday during the day to NOLA while I go to work.
maybe.
What else y'all gonna do this Saturday?
I don't know. The tickets drop low enough, like $10, $5. We'll see why we wouldn't go.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
go check out down. I've never been to New Orleans. So check that out real quick.
We'll hit up New Orleans,
Go to a bar, then go piss on a corner like everybody else.
piss down the gutter. You'll see a bunch of homeless people with dogs that are better maintained than the humans are.
No lie there.
I'm being dead serious.
It's like I said. It's like that scene from "Don't Be a Menace to Society" with drinking your juice in the hood, where the guy's like homeless and he gets like $1, and all of a sudden he strips everything off. He's in a tuxedo and goes into a fancy car.
It gets in his Mercedes and drives off.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, man, it's crazy down there, man. They got their own little tent city and everything down there.
Oh,
But
we got
it's
that there.
do what?
Chicago got that.
Yeah, tent city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, under every bridge,
the tent city.
and there's a lot of fucking bridges.
It's crazy, man.
Man, you know what?
So before we get into the news, we stopped on the Wrestling Observer newsletter awards last night, and George went back for seconds. It looks like
Yes, I did.
we left off with the best box office draw in wrestling with John Cena, and everybody was like, "It's stupid." All right. So next we had the Mexico MVP. Runners up is Dominic Mysterio and Bandito. The winner was Mystico and CMLL.
I agree.
It wasn't Bandito, but I'm not upset about I'm not upset about Mystico winning because I like Mystico.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion for it. But Bandito, this guy, I have to say though, Bandito has had a hell of a run in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling he's gonna be a future AEW World Champion.
I think so too. I really do. In my opinion is I think Mystico deserves it. I really do think Mystico deserves the MVP for Mexico. He was their, if I'm not mistaken, he is their, no, Claudio Castagnoli is their CMLL World Champion now.
Yeah.
He's a lighter. He's in a lighter division.
Yeah, he is their light heavyweight champion, if I'm not mistaken. Mystico is.
Yeah, if I'm correct, he had a feud with MJF this year, which I heard was a pretty decent feud. And And I liked how MJF got heat in Mexico saying USA is better, you know, got that cheap heat, but that's what I love about it, you know, MJF. You know, he likes to get that cheap heat. He's like he's also kind of reminds you of not only just Ric Flair but also Roddy Piper as well.
I'm okay with that.
It kind of reminded me of like when Roddy Piper was going to play the bagpipes as next one. Said he played La Cucaracha.
But I really agree with that. Mexico should have won the Mexico MVP. Does anybody have any disagreements on that?
No.
I'm glad with Mystico winning it. What I don't understand, because I haven't been keeping up, is why the Mexican fans have turned on Mystico and are booing him now. So there's obviously story or something's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably the same reason why they're booing Vikingo, you know?
Yeah, they're booing El Hijo de Vikingo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he embraces it now.
Oh, now, yeah. Well, now he went full heel.
Yeah, he went
But,
full heel.
before it was like he was cheered, and then they did that match with Alberto Del Rio, and all of a sudden everybody booed him.
Yeah. But if we ain't got no debates on the MVP, let's move to the next one. Japanese MVP. Now, the runners-up is Konosuke Takeshita and Hiroshi Tanahashi. The winner is Saya Kamatani. Does anybody have any debates about this?
I'll leave that to Phil and Jordan on this one. Well, like I said, I watched the Tanahashi match. Was it the greatest match? No. Was it the most emotional match? Yes. That's all I got to say about that. So, the two Japanese experts that one is on the phone and one is has a bowl in his face. Need the comment on this.
I'm glad to see Marigold win an award. It's good to see different companies get an award.
Do you have any debates about it though? Do you have another MVP that in mind that should have won it besides her?
What was the category?
Japanese MVP.
I kind of feel like Suri should have got it with her run of
I agree.
2020. If we're talking, the problem with the Rest Reserve Awards is sometimes you're like, where's the women? And then other times you're like, wait, is this women and men? So it's kind of that kind of sticks with me. But so I guess women's MVP. I mean, Stephanie Vacour's had a terrific fucking year.
But this is Japanese.
Oh, the Japanese award.
Who won the
Japanese MVP.
Who won the Japanese award?
It's a Japanese MVP. The runners-up is Takeshita and Tanahashi. The winner was Saya Kamatani.
Marigold.
No, Saya Kamatani. That's Stardom.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. There's somebody else.
That's the Stardom Women's World
Champion.
Well, the Stardom champion.
Okay, it was somebody else on the list.
She had a hunt and everything, and I heard she's going through wrist surgery now. Take her about a month to recover from.
There's somebody else on the list for Marigold then that I made a mistake.
Hey, Anthony.
What's up, Ant?
What's up, Anthony? She deserves it. You know, Saya deserves the fucking world, man. She's busted her ass last year.
I thought Suri had a terrific run, though. I really did. Mike got to see
I agree, man. She's doing great.
Individually, for all of you, who is the best overall performer, regardless of gender, in Japan when it came to storylines, matches, and character work? I'll let Phil answer that one first.
Oh, geez. I mean, are you talking like a current?
Regardless of tabs? I'm going to say Saya. I'm going to say Saya Kamatani. She's had the greatest, some of the greatest run in Japanese women's wrestling history this year.
I thought ZSJ had a nice run as champ, had some memorable matches. You know, he would be a contender definitely for me on the list. I don't feel like Takeshita had a chance to really get a lot of story outside of you're defending against Suji at Mania at Wrestle Kingdom, and his story with Okada. I just don't feel like he got enough time to get enough story angle going. So that's why I'm not going with Takeshita story wise overall. But yeah, ZSJ would be a pick. I mean, he retained the title at Wrestle Kingdom. He fought Goto, you know, some other people. I mean, he had a good run this year, early this year or last year. If Gabe Kidd's second half of 2025 would have been like his first, he would have he would have been a contender. But after he went to AEW and it started teasing he was leaving, New Japan just didn't do much with him. But if he could have had a second half of the year like his first half of 2025 was, he would be my pick.
Dude,
What about you, Josh?
No, Gabe Kidd.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Josh?
Oh,
I know this is hard for you, dude, because you don't really watch Japan.
well, since I was at this event, I think to me the top, the ones I would put there is I'm sorry I have to say the Keshna and the Tanahashi match that I got to watch live in person. So that was a great fucking match. It was pretty good for even though Tanahashi was as banged up as he was, still performed. And
He knows how to perform a show. Still, he
Yeah.
did. You know, this was his time retiring. I don't blame you, man. That's a good opinion. There's no wrong opinion about that, Josh. It's such a good selection.
I'm going to agree with Josh. I'm going to say Tanahashi as well. Because not only did he do well last year, he retired this year, and it made it that much better. So, and that's just my personal opinion. So there's really no debates about the Japanese MVP, though. Don't want to keep going? Is it
yeah,
good?
what's the next one?
United States / Canada MVP, runners up, Adam Page, John Cena, winner, John Moxley.
No.
No. Everybody's like, no.
For U.S. men?
For US and Canada. Which, what the fuck does Moxley have to do with Canada? That's what I want to know.
Well, there is no Canada MVP unless you want to go with Kevin Owens or Edge or Sami Zayn.
What, banged up, dried up.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, Christian, our father.
Natalia, who's been on an MMA style run, like all serious and badass now and lost weight.
I agree. That's awesome.
For U.S. out of that list, oh God,
I don't like any of that list. I'm gonna go with because last year, man.
The problem is like all three of them could tell a story. That's the problem with it. Is like, even though nobody agrees with it, they were good for what they were doing for their storylines. But as I'm trying to think,
They're gonna hate me whenever I say a name. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense."
You got a good indie guy from Canada?
Nope, I got a great United States guy for Canada.
Shit, I'm trying to think. It's like I'm gonna have Swerve should have been on that list because he had a fucking phenomenal year.
Not last year. He came back at the very end of the year.
Yeah, he was gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, was it the year before then? I guess. What? I guess was the year before. Oh, damn.
Yeah, some people took off once or twice. Like MJF took off twice last year.
Yeah, he's nowhere near he's nowhere near MVP. Nowhere near. And neither one of these three guys are MVP.
I don't think John Moxley should have got that award. I don't see
No.
why.
No, and he's not my favorite person, and I'm gonna give you a reason why he's MVP. He puts his body on the line no matter what, and he gives you 120% every single time he goes out there in that ring. I'm not a fan of him because of his style. I'm, but he is an MVP, and he has done everything they've asked him to do, and then some. And yeah, he does do
You're gonna say
stupid.
Logan Paul, aren't you?
Huh?
Huh? You're gonna say Logan Paul.
No, no, I am not. He's not even in the company I'm going with. I'll tell you the company, it's AEW,
Okay.
but it's Darby Allin.
I thought you were gonna say Peter Avalon. My bad.
Darby Allin. I mean, yeah, he is MVP, man. I'm not a fan of his work, but the way he puts his body on the line, no night in and night out, you can't knock him.
Yeah, I can't take that away from you. He could be a contender.
Anthony, I agree with you on Mike Bailey, Canadian MVP. That is true.
My only issue is what gold did Darby Allin win, and also he was injured and went climb Mount Everest, so he wasn't active all of 2025. That's a big thing.
Who?
Darby Allin.
Yeah, he was.
No, he took off to go climb the mountain. He was going to win the AEW World Championship for Moxley, and he went climb the mountain, and then he got injured, and that fucked everything up. That's the whole reason that they put the belt on Hangman, or none of that would have happened.
Well, I'm glad they put the belt on Heyman instead of Darby Allin. That's a terrible way to put a title on somebody. But he is MVP, man. He was there almost the whole year.
My European would be Zack Sabre Jr., by the way.
European?
That's who I had picked him for an MVP, for a candidate, because of his title reign last year and his run.
Who's ESJ?
Yeah, how many people go to Wrestle Kingdom and successfully defend the World Heavyweight Championship?
Not many.
Okay, let's back up a minute. We have so many people talking in the comments, and I have.
I'm reading some of them.
Which is a good thing. We like y'all talking in the comments. Hey, Mike, why don't you fix that font so we can read it a little better?
Okay, I can fix that.
Where's What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse?
For real, right?
Yeah, where's the old NES Castlevania font?
Right there. I can put it in a comment. Whoa.
This is more like the one from the dialogue, like the text they use for Knights of the Old Republic.
Is that better there?
Yeah, it hasn't come through yet for me.
How was
You
that?
maybe want to type in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away before you change that, Mike.
Good Lord, I can't. I'll look at my phone. It looks like Japanese text.
Oh man.
Yeah, with the yellow lines, it looks like it's.
Yeah, I don't think we got the old man make the font bigger, type of thing on there.
Well,
all right, I can see it on the screen, but I just personally like the NES one.
Oh, you like this one?
I like the What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. Yes. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. It's nostalgic.
All right, so
But it's too small. It's like, now I can't even read it. Shit.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
So brother says, yo, that was crazy until I literally trying to get in YouTube through my television. Sheesh. My European MVP is a current heavyweight champion in West Side Extreme Wrestling, and this is by Anthony. The female is the women's champion in that company. Brother says, what are we talking about? And then Anthony goes, my Canadian MVP is Speedball Mike Bailey. Brother goes, you literally accidentally say Logan Paul. And then Anthony goes, my American MVP is Oba because of the Tiro defenses he had in the way that he had to take the title off of him by putting it in the middle of the ring and relinquish it instead of via a pinfall. And that's exactly the point. What happened, some of them from Wrestling Revolver, ha, 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 thanks for the dark model. Thanks for the dark vote. Okay.
If Josh can't read it, you could put back the normal text here.
I can do whatever, man. It's easy to change. You just let me know.
All right, if y'all want to go back to the usual one we used for the show, that was before this one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one I could read a little bit better.
Okay.
That one is easy to read. The one, the normal, I call it our default. It is easy to read.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that one.
Yeah.
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 Speaking
Yeah.
of, we're gonna get to that in the news later. But you want to finish this list up, Mike?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
We have some news topics for y'all. Y'all just hang on. But we have AEW and WWE news. Not to mention, tonight is the beginning, or I say tonight, in the AM in a few hours, is the beginning of Fantastica Mania. That's CMLL in New Japan, which is going to be awesome.
Night one.
Night one. With
Yeah.
English commentary. Chris Charlton will be on the call.
And
Get y'all horns ready.
So this is Pro Wrestling Match of the Year. The runners-up is Adam Page versus John Moxley, All In. Bandito versus Kaneshke Takeshita at Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor.
That was a good one.
And the winner is Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd, Wrestle Kingdom last year.
It was a good match, but I don't know if it was the best match of that. But it was good. Don't get me. It was the only saving grace to Wrestle Dynasty, because
Yeah.
Wrestle Dynasty was a horrible show because AEW didn't book right. Wrestle Kingdom crushed Wrestle Dynasty last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that I've seen that Bandito Takeshita match, and that was a fucking awesome match. That one should have been on top.
A great one was ZSJ versus Takeshita. That was
Yes.
a hell of a match.
And Takeshita won.
Yeah, but that was a hell of a match. Like that ending and that move, like he damn near killed ZSJ.
Dude, ZSJ has put on some great matches over the last 2 years, man. Bryan Danielson, Takeshita, Gabe Kidd.
Their New Japan match crushed the AEW match, and it wasn't even on a big show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, ZSJ is a phenomenal wrestler, man. Anybody he wrestles is lucky to be in that ring with him, because he's going to take care of you. He's going to make you shine. He's going to make you look good, and then he's going to put you in a pretzel hole that you're going to have to figure your way out of or touch the ropes.
Yeah, he's great. When WWE took him and they made him cut out all of his talking and his character, that made him boring. But if you let him be the lovable dickhead we all love with the character, he's arrogant and how he is, and the vegan dickhead, that's perfect for him.
And dude, he's an amazing wrestler. I have nothing against ZSJ, but the best match of last year, in my personal opinion, wasn't Adam Page or John Moxley, wasn't Bandito or Takeshita, wasn't Omega and Gabe Kidd. My match of the year was Hechicero versus Bandito.
That was a good match. I can't argue with that.
That was, dude, the power driver on the outside on top of the barricade. What the fuck? What the fuck? So I'm going to say is, what the fuck? That, to me, is the best match of the year. Just going to say that.
Man. I have to say, though, it's hard to say which good matches. There was a lot of good matches that happened last year.
Another great one was not the most recent, but Gabe Kidd versus Tsuji for the global title before this one was a great match.
I'm gonna have to pick my favorite match. The match here is Saya Kamatani versus it's Sari versus Sari.
That was a bad.
That was a banger, bro. That was a banger. I watched that match.
Yeah.
That was a banger.
That match was ugly, bro.
IWGP Women's Championship.
That match was
That's sick.
no, no. Wait a minute. That's not
That was at Dominion.
The one I'm thinking of wasn't that. That was a great match, but it was Sari versus what's her name? ASA. Oh, what is it? What's her name?
Izumi?
Yeah. Was that the one where was that AZM? Was that the one where they just were punching the shit out of each other? Yeah, that match was. Oh, that's the one me and Mike were watching, and he was like, "Holy fuck, these women are killing these." I was like, "Yeah, it's brutal."
Yeah, I think it was like no, I think it was like I forgot which one it was. It was either Sudi versus Sari is the one that one was on the list of matches we were talking about.
Yeah,
Anthony says his match of the year was Fabi Apache versus Flamer, and ooh,
That was a good match. That was a damn good match.
what company
yeah,
was that? GCW?
Triple
that's
A.
Triple A.
Triple A.
Because I don't even know what was going on there.
Well, what are you
All I
guys'
know is one of them got a huge ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
we forgetting, even though it was more of a spectacle, we forgetting one very important match, the CMLO with all the women on the two teams.
Yeah.
That went for over an hour. That was a hell of an entertaining thing.
Yeah.
That was very entertaining. I paid to watch that.
Same.
Yeah, that was that was very entertaining. That put WWE Evolution to shame. And it
Was
was
Jacob,
all it was all the women for over an hour.
Jacob Fatu wrestled in Wrestle Revolver last year? I
Who
thought
doesn't
Jacob
he
Fatu-
wrestle for?
I thought he
Except
was.
GCW. He don't wrestle for GCW no more.
Jacob
Who?
Fatu versus Jonah. Wait a minute, Jonah's in WWE though.
Yeah, they're both in WWE. They were both in WWE last year. That'd be
I
2 years
like
ago.
wrestling in Revolver as Indian. WWE don't normally mess around with
Yeah, that's odd. He must be thinking of a year or two back.
Yeah. Because what are you guys
Exactly, like right after he lost the belt to what's his name in NLW.
yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on the WWE giving Nikki Blackheart a tryout, the current champion version Coastal Championship Wrestling down here in Florida? I don't know nothing about her.
I don't know nothing about her either, so I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest with you, I
don't
have no idea.
do the Who thing, because I really don't know who she is, and I'm like these trolls. I'm not gonna say who, because
Well, if they do give her a tryout, they're gonna have to change her name because there's already a blackout. Blackheart. So
Yeah, she will have to have a name change.
that's unfortunate.
HOG. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that Jacob Fatu and Jonah from House of Glory last year. I didn't know that was a match. I'm pretty sure it was a 2 or 3 years ago match. I would have loved to have watched it. Seriously, with that runner up, and you literally pick between Hangman Adam Page and John Moxley, you're literally delusional. Yeah, exactly.
Well, this ain't us. This is the date. This is the Wrestling Newsletter the Observer Awards. So this is fan voted by Meltzer's people. This list.
They picked Hangman versus Moxley. Despite the fact it was a good match, don't get me wrong, but there were way better matches than that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I would have. Personally, I would have picked that Takeshita Bandito. That was a good one. I'm like, fuck, they're going that hard in ROH? Shit.
Dude, the Takeshita match versus Will Ospreay 2 years ago was the best match of the year, in my opinion.
That was 2 years ago. We're talking last year.
Yeah. But last year, I think it was Bandito versus Hechicero. That dude, the power driver on the freaking barricade, bro. What the?
I really can't answer that, Anthony, because I really don't watch WWE anymore. I've given up on that shit a long time ago.
I wish I could say that, but damn it, I gotta watch it for this damn show.
Yeah, we watch Raw, and dude, we'll come back to that. The best match of Raw or WWE last year, in my opinion.
Probably AJ. What about AJ Styles and Cena?
That
was a good one. That was a good one. I give credit.
They had a lot of call outs. There's a lot of call outs in that match. I loved it. I even liked the AJ Styles Nakamura match.
I heard it was their best out of the series they've had in WWE. It doesn't touch Wrestle Kingdom 9, of course.
EO versus Stephanie McCourt was pretty good.
The three-way with Io Sky at Mania women's match was pretty good. And believe it or not, people praise the Rollins Reigns Punk triple match as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a little all over the place in WWE. I hope they get their shit together before Mania. But moving on, best weekly TV show. The place where I'm looking at, they got this fucked up. They have the runner-up AEW Dynamite, CMLL Super Vienna, whatever that is, and the winner is AEW Dynamite.
Yeah,
I wish I was
Best weekly TV show?
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna say Dynamite is better than Raw. It's better than SmackDown.
Well, Raw is on a streaming service, so it's television. It's got to be
Yeah.
television.
So SmackDown
work.
sucks. NXT.
The sad thing is we really don't have that many choices for weekly wrestling television show because companies like JCW and NWA are on streaming on YouTube. Raw is streaming now, like Josh said. So are you going to go SmackDown, or are you going to go Dynamite, or are you going to go NXT? Because I mean,
Or TNA. TNA.
yeah, and TNA, TNA just started, so they don't count for
No,
last year.
they will have their own television again on Access TV.
Okay.
Actually, NWA is on that Roku TV.
Dude, I could give a shit where NWA is.
They were last thing they were doing was snorting cocaine off some hooker's ass.
No,
And
it's
it-
JCW is doing really good, though. I'm really happy for JCW.
Yeah. Dude, JCW, man, they have a promotion, dude. And I am a huge fan of the Brothers Up for Instruction. I don't give a fuck.
I've seen them wrestle
Big
twice.
I also like the fact that Black Guy is getting her comeuppance in JCW.
Ooh,
Oh, dude,
Black
she gets
Dahlia.
through stink face.
Oh, yeah, Phil. I touched Black Dahlia.
I know. She's actually, she's going through. She has that injury where she's actually. It took her a while and everything to get back in the ring just because of her disease and everything she has. That
Yeah.
CPS thing.
Oh, she got a fat ass disease? I love that disease.
Will you stop? I'm being serious. She got injured really bad.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, she can feel pain, and she feels pain almost all the time now.
Yeah, it took her a while.
Hey, we have a lot in common because I feel pain all the time.
The views and opinions of Josh do not reflect me or the rest of the members of Ringside Rants.
Okay, I don't give a shit. I work for a living.
Not
My
anymore.
aches and pains are legit.
Well, anyway, I admit she is pretty hot and everything. She has a nice ass, and however, since Rikishi did train her,
now I know who we're talking about.
she has permission to use the stink face.
She's got a fat ass. She's got a fat, big old dump truck back there.
Oh, baby, you got a fit.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think that her opponents are going to complain about the
Stink face?
face. No,
Yeah,
Nah.
that's one of those asses you hit from the back, and when you hit it, that thing jiggles 4 times before it come back to you. That thing don't make a single wave. That thing makes 4 waves before you pound it again.
she also has an OnlyFans too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she does, I believe.
Yeah, she does. I've seen it.
Congratulations, you're playing yourself. Okay.
Anyway, so we're going to move on from that. The best TV weekly
I invite
show.
if anybody doesn't know who the wrestler we're talking about. Her ring name is called Black Dahlia. Look her up, and
She's really
then
good.
you'll realize.
She got more of a fat ass than Tony Storm.
Yeah. I mean, where I realize why I'm going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yes,
she's
I'm wearing my
not as thick as Nikita Lyons.
Yeah. Well, I think she's. That's a different build. She's got like junk in the trunk. Like
Yeah.
Nikita Lyons is thick and built, and it's thick. And Tony Storms is thick and built, but this chick just got extra back
She
there.
has that extra large birthday cake.
Yeah.
But one I'd probably be the closest that I get to her is Lady Flammer from AAA. She's another one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's one of my other favorites right there. Big old thick thing.
Check
All
out a
right.
picture of her. Yeah, which I met her. So
Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Promotion of the year. Runners up. Stardom. AEW. Winner. CMLL.
Promotion of the year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
not.
have no argument. I have no argument at all.
And what's the runners up?
AEW and
AEW Stardom.
Well, it's not AEW for sure.
No.
AEW
Promotion
did
of the
not
year.
have
CMLL.
a great year. They only happened to have a yay much better year than WWE at 25. Neither
Yeah.
big company did good in 25. New Japan didn't do that great in 25.
I
Stardom.
kind of I like CMLL's presentation, the promotion, but they rely on Arena Mexico way too much. I'm like, geez, travel a little bit. Or
They're all happy that they've been selling it out.
yeah.
And that's what someone asked the question. They said, why does CMLL get promotion of the year? Is it because Salvatore keeps selling out the same building? That was brought up. And it's like, is that the reason? I'm like, it's impressive you could keep selling the same. And we got to remember, CMLL with 15, 20 people, sometimes now they sell out arena. But I'm hoping that in 2026, them and AAA do get to travel some more, come into the U.S., put on some shows.
Well,
I'm
actually,
really hoping it could be year of the Lucha. I really hope.
CMLL
MLW.
CMLL is actually coming to Chicago in about a month in April. They're coming
You
to
going?
April, so
You going?
I'm gonna go. Yes,
Nice.
I got
Yeah.
tickets, but I'm gonna go.
Nice.
Okay.
I would probably say because of the storylines, the title runs, the characters, I think I would go Stardom for 25. I think I would.
Okay. I'm not arguing. I think CMLL did a great job. I think they deserve to win.
Yeah, I don't think they don't deserve it, but I'm saying if I'd had to pick somebody, I had TNA as a possibility, but that was before we saw before the shitty program. Because I mean, they moved up, they got a TV deal, they got money. So and just like CMLO moved up, they've improved their streaming service, they've got more live shows, they're doing bigger gates. So anything to do with improvement, you deserve it.
Mhm.
You know.
All right. So going forward, let's go into the next one. Best on interviews. Runners up: Tony Storm, John Moxley. Winner: Adam Page.
That makes me mad because there's no one but AEW people right there. That there should have been. You should have had one person from WWE, one person from
New Japan, and one person from Stardom as well.
yeah, and maybe
I agree with that because I'm sorry. The one thing that WWE does know how to do is promos and interviews.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to say the best on interviews, in my personal opinion, last year was Seth freaking Rollins.
and I'm gonna go with Gabe Kidd. Even though it was his first half of the year, his promos they cut you like a knife and it felt real.
I'm gonna have to go with Tanahashi. It was his retirement years, and he was doing a lot of
A
stuff.
lot of interviews.
All right, well, you know that Wrestle Kingdom doesn't count, right? For 25.
Yeah, I know. But he did a lot. But he did a lot of good speeches, like from last year till the end of December.
Yeah.
He did a lot of good promos and everything. Even though you had to read the subtitles, it wasn't bad. They weren't bad.
Yeah, what did y'all? Well, I don't know if everybody saw it. What did y'all think of Tanahashi himself being in the ring for the World Heavyweight title, presenting the title, showing it off, handing it to the winner? You know, I thought that was pretty professional. I kind of like him.
Definitely, man.
I kind of hope he keeps that up for the world title matches.
I like that he's trying to bring back. So far he is bringing back that fire New Japan was burnt out. You know, he is.
Yeah.
So
So
who
far,
is your best
2026 so far for New Japan has given us some high hopes, and we've been pretty happy so far.
Yeah. So Josh, who is your best on interviews?
Best on interviews. Ooh, jeez. God, I wish I could add that one with Stephanie Vercoeur that just happened on Raw, but no. I'll say that for next year, but we'll talk about that a little later. But honestly, like I said, for WWE,
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
the best one. I'm sorry, the one that gets the best mic skills is CM Punk.
Okay.
A couple people mentioned him, like where was CM Punk in the running for that,
Yeah,
and a couple
I
people
would put
chose
for like
him.
long ago, like WWE. I would have put CM Punk in the mix.
Mhm.
For AEW.
Come on, Mike.
I kind of agree
Tony
with
Storm.
was it
God,
Mike?
you know what? It's like you can't deny it. Tony Storm belongs in that list, and
Was
she
Yeah,
it
had
Mike
Mike,
that
one
way
brought up
promo
over my
all
Mike?
year.
Mike, did you bring up Rollins?
Mm-hmm.
I
All right,
you
baby.
can't you gotta have him as a candidate. You gotta have
Yeah,
Rollins as
and
a
Rollins,
candidate.
yes, yeah, because his
Well,
beef
I
was
agree.
going strong with CM Punk until he broke his taint. I don't know what fucking injury that he had.
But I mean, to me,
Um,
he's the best promo last year because I mean, he went after CM Punk. He dude, especially the WrestleMania best interview. He brought the vision.
for TNA, you know what? I'll give it to Mike Santana because he stepped up his game a lot. He stepped. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to give it. Well, out of everybody in that fucking thing, he's the only one that can actually talk a little bit.
Moose,
Oh,
man.
no, this is not talking. I mean, he comes out and hypes the crowd up. I'm talking
Oh,
about promos.
we're getting Moose
He's
at the show we're going to. By the way, the Hardys Moose is going to be there as well.
yeah. So
Moose.
I'm happy
you
about
know,
this
so,
party place.
mm,
Moose.
oh, Hangman, but you could throw Hangman in the mix because he even though.
I don't
Oh,
find it.
actually, I think the best. I think Hank. Who was the number one?
John Moxley.
No, I would have for
Well, Adam
last year.
Page. Adam Page. Adam Page won it. Adam Page.
Adam Page.
Yeah.
I don't like that
You know what?
choice.
I will accept him because this is because of the Spanish promo that he did because
That was
that
good.
came out of left
Okay,
field.
that is good. That was a good Spanish promo. He did for
Because like what is like wait this white cracker motherfucker could speak Spanish? What?
He also speaks Japanese too.
Yeah,
Well, well, I doubt he's on the level of Kenny Omega, but
No.
Well, don't forget, Hangman was a part of the Bullet Club around the time when Kenny Omega and the Bucks were in it.
yeah. Hangman was hanging out with Omega damn near every day in New Japan. You know, so I mean, yeah, he's gonna. Besides that, and working the company, he's gonna know some Japanese.
He
So-
worked in New Japan a lot, so
Yeah, he was at one point he completely almost got away from Ring of Honor, was total New Japan, and that's when he was kind of having his heel run, and it looked like he was gonna side with Cody against Omega, and he had a match against Omega that was pretty brutal with some cool table spots. That was the Hangman that should have been brought into AEW, not the riding the cow the horse and the babyface shit. They should have started him as a heel.
I agree. But they had Jericho. Jericho is a bigger heel.
Yeah,
a
but
little
they
bit
should have.
above it.
If they'd have started him as a heel, within 2 years he'd have been a face, just like how they fucked up Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns would have been in the Rusev spot, holding the U.S. title hostage for a couple of years as a heel, he'd have been most over babyface in the world when you transitioned him.
Yeah.
Yoda
All right,
Sushi.
brother-
That's Yoda
Brother
Sushi.
BKL says the
God,
best
that is
review
good.
you
That's
get would
probably
probably
okay.
be picked from New Japan is Yoda Suzuki.
Yoda
Yoda
Suji.
Sushi.
Yoda Suji.
He just cut not even a promo. He just did a video a few days ago about the legacy of New Japan, and at the end of his title match against that he just
Jake
defended
Lee.
against Jake Lee, he went off about AEW. He went off, and Goto tried to calm him, like chill out, chill out. And he's like, no, piss on AEW. He's like, no, this is about New Japan and strong stuff. Like, He's starting to take it personal. He's like, we're not here to feed them. We're here to be number one. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot. He's making me a fan. He
Mm-hmm.
really is. He's
I was
carrying. I am the standard bearer. I'm carrying the torch now. And he's
I
like,
got 2 championships. Come get me.
yeah, I mean, y'all ought to check out his promo he cut. It's not a promo. He did a video like in front of like some ocean or some shore, and he got pretty real. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm the standard bearer. We're gonna do this." I thought I'm like, listen to him go, boy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, he's amazing,
Tell
bro.
Down Company gets better shirts.
Yeah,
I like
that my biggest problem with New Japan is
Merch.
they need somebody with a clue to design merch.
You should see War Dragon shirts. The tag team
Well,
between.
mostly
That's
it's
not
all,
bad. And Wolf's T-shirt looks great. Everything else,
well, usually it's all pro wrestling tees does it for the American audience.
Well, PWTs for the past 2 days have been selling shirts for $3 a piece.
President's Day sale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I wish their physical store would open back up, man, because that was a cool ass place to visit.
I remember when Danhausen showed up in a YouTube video, one of the YouTube videos he showed up there, like, there's Pepsi Phil, there's me. I'm like, you're here.
I wonder what they're gonna do with him in WWE.
I don't know. He's in the crate.
They just feel like they want some creative control, but they're afraid that they might stifle his energy. If they
Do
do.
you think they're gonna put him in NXT, running around backstage, cutting his jokes and being, money and teeth, or or I wonder how they're gonna use him. But I'm pretty sure
I think
Punk
they're going
got
to
it
use
in.
them like they use R-Truth.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think that'd be a great.
You got to come in there and just like make everybody, break everybody.
Yeah, you know what's ridiculous? Y'all realize we never ever in history ever got an R-Truth and Santino Marella segment? We never got the two of them. I can't believe Vince never put that two and two together and made them a team. I mean, can you imagine the level of stupidity we'd have got right there?
The level of epic cheesiness, I would have paid money to see that.
That would have been insane to have Santino.
Here's the name too, man. Truth Cobra.
I thought of that the other night and I said, how the hell did that never line up where Vince never put those two together is beyond me.
Probably
It's
because
easy,
it's probably having fucking pissing himself backstage all the fucking time.
Because Vince will be Vince. He says he doesn't want to give the fans what they want.
Vince is the reason you got Santino and R-Truth cutting jokes. He's the one that thought they were funny.
Yeah, because I don't see that box that just showed up at the backstage area last night is going to be Evil or Tanahashi or David Finlay.
I guarantee you, fucking you, this is a Bruce Pritchard. Jim Cornette went on and on and on about the box. So we're gonna put some money in a box. I guarantee you, this is some kind of Bruce Pritchard out of ideas bullshit with this box.
It is Bruce. I mean, this is the guy that came up with the gobbledygooker.
I can almost guarantee you, whoever's in this is a Bruce mandate. I can almost guarantee it.
Ooh, a mystery box.
Or could it be a return?
It ain't a Jericho. Everybody's saying because Jericho's still on the AEW page. It ain't Jericho.
Technically, his contract is up. His contract is up.
I have to say it was better than the Golden Egg segment that Vince came up with. Yeah,
that was last minute bullshit that they were forced to intertwine from the movie, and they had to come up with something almost immediately to tie into the movie, and it was a mandate from Rock's people, and that's why that stunk.
Yeah,
what, the Golden Egg.
Yeah, the Golden Egg was a shit show, and they were forced like in 5 or 6 hours come up with something. They were like, y'all got to do a tie into the movie. And Rock's like, come on, we got to do this. So that's how they came up with the bullshit.
When did that? I thought that was the gobbledygooker.
No, you don't remember the egg with Austin Theory and Vince and all of the bullshit? And then Vince is like, he steals the egg, and Vince is like,
Oh,
I kind of
yeah.
like it.
Yeah, that thing was
I was
stupid.
bashing. I was I miss bashing WWE like that. It was so fun to make fun of them back then.
All right, so let's move on. Let's go to the next one. Tag Team of the Year.
Oof.
This is I already know who it is, and it's ridiculous.
We have runners-up Brodito and FTR, and the winner Young Bucks.
Stupid.
What?
No,
They
no,
didn't do
no.
shit all year.
Exactly. And yeah,
Oh.
they bullshit.
I mean,
Brodito should have won that.
their EVP heel was all right, but tag team of the year?
Brodito should have won that.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. That's who should have won. I think we all know who's going to win next year's already by
Knockout Brothers.
Yeah, yeah. Them dudes are running the entire company.
Who?
KO brothers.
Knockout Bros. They're phenomenal. I think they're going to have a great year this year.
They gotta be tag team of the year. They have to be.
They have to be. Most outstanding wrestler. Runners up is Kyle Fletcher and Bandito. Winner is Koneski Takeshita.
I'm not mad about that.
Honestly, it could have gone either out of all of the three. You could have picked any one of them.
But
Well, let's look at the facts. Takeshita did win the G1 and the world title.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
I mean,
beat
That's why
CSJ.
he won. That's why he won the world title, because he won the G1 and became the world champion.
Yeah, he beat CSJ.
That's a hell of a list right there to earn yourself the spot. So it's hard for me to fight.
I can't knock that. I mean, I would love to say it was ZSJ for most outstanding wrestler, but he did lose the IWGP World Heavyweight title to Takeshita.
And he lost in the G1 to Takeshita.
Yeah, so I have to say it is Takeshita this year, man. But the last category is the Lou Thez Ric Flair Award, Wrestler of the Year. Runners up, John Moxley and Adam Page. Winner, Mystico.
I'm not mad about that.
The absolute best of the year. I wish there was a men's and a women's, to be honest with you.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like I'm not. I agree with Phil. I'm not upset with that.
But I think you could have been
more
better.
that you could have added to it. But Mystico had a great year last year. So, but so did but so many other. Bandito could have been added to that list.
Takeshita could have been on that list.
Yeah, him too.
Kamatani, Stephanie Bacour,
Fletcher.
So
CSJ himself.
Yeah. So, but
Gabe Kidd winning the global title.
Yeah.
And fighting, well, he lost. I don't know. I hope they run that back one day, but I didn't like that. Omega didn't put over Gabe Kidd in New Japan. I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of pointless. I thought he should have put him over, being that Gabe was representing New Japan and he could have helped to make him. But hopefully AEW runs that back and Gabe gets the win over Omega.
now for if we're going to do a female version of this,
Stephanie McCord.
It would have to be her or your girl from last year from Stardom.
Saya.
Yeah, it would have to be Stephanie or Saya. It'd have to be.
Best joke of the year, the winner to face Harley Cameron. Yeah.
She's funny as shit, dude.
She's great. She's great.
She actually knows. Crazy though, I actually found out she actually started out in WWE first, but she learned the basics over there. But when she went over to AEW, she won. I don't know. She probably had a falling out or something. I don't know what happened, but she learned better maneuvers over there. I mean, she knows the basics, but it's more entertainment possibly that it's a great. Thing she knows better. Plus, she can sing too.
Yeah, she's from Australia, mate.
You know. Plus, she's hot. She's the Australian version of Stacey Keebler.
Yeah, with bigger boobs.
Yep. Feel the wrath.
She is the boobs of wrath.
I even like her tag team with Willow Knight.
You gotta go with the mega boobs. Megan Bain and Philadelphia Ford. That's the mega boobs.
Yeah,
No,
mega
you're talking
boobs.
about the Buns of Wrath.
No, man. No,
The
man.
Buns of Wrath.
No, man. That's the boobs of wrath.
No,
Hey,
no,
hey.
Buns of Wrath because I'm sorry,
Little
Dang
Magnet
got
got
that badass and
She's cute.
Oh,
Hardy Cameron got a nice tish as well.
Yeah.
Willow
All
Knight
right,
is hot.
Are we ready for news?
Let's talk some news, gentlemen.
All right,
Where are we going?
Our new segment.
Where are we going? WWE or AEW first? Where are we going?
Let's go New Japan.
Okay, tonight, Fantastica Mania, night one. We're going to get a few nights in a row, and then the new beginning in New Jersey,
Let's
which is
talk
a pretty
about-
stacked card.
Let's talk about Hanare.
Oh, yeah, he's listed as free agent now.
Mm.
Yeah.
I hope
Don't
he's-
know what that means. If he's stepping away for a little off, he's going to take independent. I don't know what that means, but he's listed as free agent now. So he's not gone, but you can book him. So I wonder what's maybe he's taking a little time away, or hoping if he can go somewhere else. He might not be on the next tour after the new beginning. I'm thinking he might be going. Will he be back at top? Well, he's on the cup. He's in the New Japan Cup, so he will be wrestling all of March.
Unless he gets a serious injury.
Yeah, well, normally in Japan, if you get that, that's real. You get taken out the cup by injury, that's hard way. They don't like to renege on the fans. Just like if there's a title match on the card and someone can't make it to the show, the title still must be defended because it was promised to the people. Because Mox couldn't make it for one of his U.S. title runs, and they did Lance Archer versus I think Juice Robinson. They had to come up with something, but they were like, it's advertised. We have to. He is now forfeit. The title is vacant. These two will fight for it. That's what they did.
Yeah. But Hanare is now a free agent. I don't know how I feel about that. He just had a monstrous freaking match.
Yeah, yeah, and he damn near died last year. That dude got a very bad injury and got sick. He's ready with Okan. They never really lost the tag titles. They had to relinquish them because of that. And I'm waiting for after Yuya Uemura and Shooter that'll keep going after the KO Bros. I'm waiting for either Okan and Hanare or I had another team on the other side, but like that's guys waiting to step in to challenge the KO Bros and possibly beat them. Those are legit champs right there. So I mean that's your heavyweight division right there.
Yeah, but Hanare putting on his Instagram and Twitter and everything else, he is no longer an NJPW wrestler. He is a free agent.
Well, no, he's still an NJPW wrestler, but he's a free agent while he's in the company.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
He's working on a handshake deal, huh?
Well, for years, Sonata never had a contract.
No, he's just there.
Sonata's been a handshake deal for the past 6, 7, 8, whatever years. And Sonata he left. He was like, see you later, New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
I'll fucking see you.
First of all, he needs surgery, Sonata, but I'm thinking that he might go try his hand at something else unless the money's good enough and he comes back. He may go to Noah, he might do something like that. But
I heard Dragon Gate was interested in Sonata.
I could see them trying. The only problem is Sonata is not a good character on the mic. They tried, and he's not a talkative guy. They tried him as the world champ. He just doesn't have a charisma, or anything like that. That's the price. He's a great wrestler, but he has no charisma, and he's just not a talk. That's why he's always a background player.
Mhm.
So it's like, what do you? And they've tried him in every stable. They've tried him. They had him shave the head and put on the little trunks and try to look like Mini Inoki. They have the world champion, just 5 guys. They tried that. It just didn't really work.
That was 6 until we heard from Okada, including Hammerstone. I didn't know Hammerstone was in NJPW.
Including Hammerstone. Yeah. Well, we could go over the New Japan list. Gabe Kidd is going to AEW. Connors is already in AEW. Drilla is staying. He announced and I think they're gonna make him look good in the cup. I don't think he's gonna win. I think they're gonna see if they can run with him eventually over the year and move him up. I do. I think that because he's 29, he's got the look, he's got attitude, he can talk, he can fight. I'm thinking, guys like him and Aaron Wolf and Shooter and Yui are still trying to move to the top, and all of this new crop of guys. I think he's gonna try to see if he can make it up there.
And Knockout Bros re-signed with New Japan.
Yeah, they're staying, which is great. Yeah, WWE was already interested in them, but they're sticking around. So that's just going to help build their stock and their dollar if ever they do leave. That's just going to help to build them up.
Now with Hanari announcing that he's a free agent, man, I don't see nobody picking him up over in the United States, though, dude.
Short of Tony Khan grabbing him.
I don't think TK will grab him. I think TNA would.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. He can speak English. He's multilingual. I don't know. NXT would take him, but I don't know if he could dull down his style. That dude hits hard.
I hate to say it, but if they would just put him in the bloodline, right?
I mean, maybe with that kind of money and all of that. I mean, you never know.
Is he part of the bloodline though?
No, he's a different type of Polynesian.
Yeah, he's New Zealand.
Yeah,
but he is true tribal. He's the real tribal chief. That tat on his face tells it all. But he's pure blood tribal.
Was that race in Bringo?
Samoan?
No, he's gosh darn it, I know it and I can't think of the name, but it's an islander, but you have 2 types in New Zealand. You've got your regular kind of white Australia people, and then you have Hinari's people. But
you also in Australia, the earth,
I know what you're talking about. Damn, I can't think of the.
It's not Tongan. It's not Samoan.
He is of Cook Islander Maori descent with roots.
Yeah, Maori.
Maori. Yeah, there you go. Maori. There we go.
Yeah.
His uncle is a former professional rugby league player, Richie Barnett, who captained New Zealand at the 2000 Rugby League World Cup.
Maori, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Aborigines is from Australia.
New Zealand.
No, Aborigines is in the Australia country. Not
yeah. Hanari is an amateur wrestler, winning national championships in freestyle, Greco-Roman, and submission wrestling.
Yeah, he's no joke.
Fucking joking.
And it's crazy to believe that at one time he was the lowest guy on the card in New Japan. Until Ospreay took him and put him in the Empire, he was the lowest heavyweight guy on the bottom of the barrel.
He is also trained in MMA, catch wrestling, and Muay Thai.
He is. Yeah, the dude's a killing machine. The dude is legit a killing machine.
Wow. Yeah.
He's a legit tank, bro.
Yeah.
That dude is not a joke. That's why I always liked him. And I thought he should have got another run or a better run with the neverweight title.
He's wrestled on AEW in 2022.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would have went over.
Him and Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis of Aussie Open made their All Elite Wrestling debuts, attacking Trent Brett and FTR.
Yeah, because they were Empire. You got to remember that Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher were Aussie Open, which at one point they were the best tag team going before AEW.
And In 2018, he was ranked number 250 of the top 500 singles wrestlers in the PWI 500.
Yeah, he those years ago he just couldn't get. He was the bottom of the card. They didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know how to use him. He could speak English. He could, he could speak his own language, but he was the bottom of the card. Then Osprey took him, and all of us, I was like, man, this is going to be good. I was like, finally, Hinoru's getting a rub.
In New Japan, he's won the Never Openweight Championship and the IWGP Tag Team Championship with Great O'Khan.
Yep, and that's only in the last handful, not even handful of years, because for years he couldn't get gold.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just said, they never lost those tag belts. They had to relinquish them because of his sickness and the injuries, which he almost died from.
They defeated the Bullet Club War Dogs and Unaffiliated at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Wow. In 2024, at New Japan Seoul, Hinari defeated Shingo Takagi to win the Never Openweight Championship for the first time.
That was a banger. They had a brutal series of matches. That was some of the best matches of that year because they went back and forth. Shingo and him was amazing. Yes, David Finlay is New Japan bound. Not New Japan. David Finlay is WWE bound. They say, even though there's still a current bidding war going on, but AEW and WWE is seeing who's going to throw more money at him. Evil is going to WWE.
Yeah, Tanahashi as well, supposedly.
Not Tanahashi, Hiromu Takahashi.
Yeah, Hiromu Takahashi. Yeah, that's right. So
yeah, I'm kind of shocked. Hiromu said that his dream is to become heavyweight champ as a junior and be on weekly television. That's his dream. So I was like,
anything.
Well, after I heard the weekly television, I'm like, well, that means he's going to WWE, AEW. He's going to take his shot.
Or TNA. TNA, the X Division title, you can call your shot option C, and you can turn your title in and get your and go for the world heavyweight title.
Mm-hmm. I think he can make more money than going somewhere else than TNA, honestly.
Oh, dude. I mean, yeah, of course. But
I think somebody else would want him. Even the neck injury was years and years ago. He almost paralyzed himself on live television in California. It was insane when Dragon Lee dropped him on his head, and he still finished the match with a broken neck. He was out for over a year, came back. He's still got shit left in the tank.
All right. So what other news do we have?
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey, former WWE Women's Champion. Ronda Rousey is facing Gina Carano.
Carano,
the Mandalorian, former MMA star.
Now, you said you got a recent picture of her. I want to see a recent picture of Carano because, like I said, last time I saw her, she was 3 snacky cakes away from Sally Sluthers,
Oh, God, damn. Wow. Carpow.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Man, she even though she was big, she was still nice and thick. I climbed that mountain.
Yeah, I like them thick too.
I like them thick.
I'm a black man and a lesbian in a man's body. That goes from my fried chicken to my women.
My ex-wife, she used to say that she was a black woman incognito, but she was white.
There you go.
Oh, no, I'm talking about that. That's a promo pic. I mean, is that actually her?
Yeah.
Or they just pick a pic from like about 10 years ago?
This is like even a UFC.
Or she been secretly training and
well,
more power to her. I'll give it to that,
I mean, look at Natalia. She came out of left field, and all of a sudden she dropped all that weight and looks like an old school 40-year-old badass now.
Yeah.
I miss her thickness, though.
Well, that's one thing. Look at the height. Yeah, I don't know if that's accurate. She's a lot shorter than Ronda, so that's going to give her less reach. unless
That's
that's not accurate.
She is
it's
pretty built
accurate.
though.
Yeah, dude. She hasn't. There it is, right there.
Yeah,
Wow.
they got to put in the work for the weigh-in to be bantam because Ronda's bantamweight, right?
Yeah,
So she would have to drop down to bantamweight for the weigh-in. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess I stand corrected. Shit, she's looking good.
Yeah,
But like I
but she
said, it
had
was
to
like
slim
only a
down.
couple of years ago. Yeah, like it was only a couple of years ago, she was 3 snacky cakes away.
like that
Well,
right there.
Yes.
she had to drop the weight to qualify for bantamweight to fight, or she couldn't have fought Ronda. See, Tony Khan spoils us with bullshit because he don't have weight classes. Then we get back to the real world. It's like, yes, there's weight classes, just like in New Japan. I mean, and in WWE, there's weight classes. But
Yeah,
Tony don't like that because he can't push his favorites in main events. You
and
can't put
supposedly during that MVP, TKO is affiliated with WWE and UFC, and this isn't even under the UFC umbrella. This is under MVP umbrella, which is Jake Paul's bullshit. And they're saying they're going to send WWE stars because it's going to be on Netflix. Which I think that's a big, what they call that,
what?
I forget what it's called. It's called something.
It's called something. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah,
Monopoly.
dude, I'm too high. I can't function.
Monopoly.
No, it's not a monopoly. A conflict of interest. That's it.
There you go. Yeah, WWE stars should be promoting the UFC, not other companies.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know how much money is being offered for this fight, but I suppose it's like a one and done situation. It's crazy, dude. I don't understand. It's mind blowing.
Well, I mean, it's obviously being done for the money. They haven't had Ronda in the ring in forever. So, I mean, in boxing, it was Manny and them were making $5,000, to barely to hug, So, I mean, what we gonna? So we could throw out a number. Let's say Ronda's getting 3 million, 4 million, whatever, just to come back. I mean, they're both doing a pay. This is a payday.
Oh, yeah, it's a serious payday, man. It's a Netflix special, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be stupid. It's gonna be one of the most watched televised events this year. And I hate to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Netflix is gonna have Ronda Rousey fight."
Yeah.
And all these nostalgia people are going to be wanting to watch it. Me personally, I can give two fucks and a shit.
Well, speaking of conflicts of interest, I think we need to touch back on. There's a couple stories in this, but the whole AEW and Brody King situation,
That's
it did
one.
it did not go well in Australia. The fans chanted it, and that's not good for Brody King and AEW and the upcoming merger, which has to be approved by the Trump administration. We're not trying to get political here, y'all, but we
Netflix just did yesterday. They signed away for uh, Warner Brothers to take a look at the Paramount takeover, hostile takeover deal.
hmm,
So, dude, there's so much going on with that whole debacle. I was really hoping it'd be Warner Brothers who would buy Paramount, but it's the other way around.
yeah.
But I really don't want Netflix to own Warner Brothers. I'd rather Paramount own Warner Brothers because of the fact the library, for example, of movies and stuff on HBO, just there's so many, man. I mean, there's Real Sex, there is Taxi Cab Confessions, there is, and all that shit's gonna be on Netflix.
Well, the first thing is
Dream On.
the movie industry is very afraid about Netflix taking over Warner Brothers because
Mhm.
they're worried about their box office. And even though Netflix said, "Oh, as of right now, we plan on making no major changes," that doesn't mean that they're worried about Netflix taking away the movies, and you go to the theater and the box office versus Netflix is a streaming site and they do their own small in-house movies and things. So you have actors and people in Hollywood who are not thrilled. They're worried. There's
Yeah,
concern.
yeah.
There's definite concern there, but we're not going to know anything until the deal finally goes through and everything's signed, and then when they decide to make changes. But the first major change is they're predicting that AEW will be pulled off of HBO Max, and a lot of stuff will, and that's going to become a Turner Sports streaming site, and so everything's going to go to that. So that's what a lot of the talk is. They're seeing it go that way because you got to remember Tony Khan is the owner, the majority shareholder, and the owner, of TNA, AEW, but there's what you call Warner Brothers has their 10%.
Mm-hmm.
They still do. So there's still a say so there, and you also have to appease the networks with what they want.
They did censor. I did watch that live and everything. I didn't hear the F5's chants on collision on Grand Slam
Oh
Australia.
no, I heard it on my end.
Oh, it happened.
happened.
It happened, and that's what everybody's worried about. Because if that's going to happen in Australia, the fans are going to hijack the U.S., and that bodes bad because that means you got to. There's no way around it. You're going to have to pull Brody King off of television. You're going to have to. You can't have him go out there and do. It doesn't matter what political side you're for or against. It should have never happened at all because you got too many people on both sides that like it or don't like it, and you can't have the show hijack like that. Vince and all of them hated the what chant after so long because they couldn't control it. They were like, it's the worst thing we ever did with Stone Cold was the what chant. Now you've got
What?
a politically motivated chant on national TV, which is not going to go well, you have a tape delay, but you can't beep out every 5 seconds of an entire match. You just can't do that. And so I don't see, and then for this deal to go through, it has to be approved by the administration. So I don't think that the network heads and execs are going to be very. And then we didn't talk about the coverage. All of these news sites and all of these streaming sites, AEW was in the news, but not for a good reason. Nothing to do with their wrestling. The chant.
Some people said hey, they got new viewers. Some people are actually saying rather watch WWE than AEW because they don't like supporting that a bigger corporation. They support for whatever reason.
It's all about the administration. It's all about pro Trump or against Trump, and regardless of where you stand in politics, I could care less. There's good things that every president has done. I don't care what it's across the board. There's good things every president has done. Every one of them has done something, at least one thing good. Now, number two, I could care less if he's a racist. I could care less if he's a sexist. I could care less if he was on Jeffrey Epstein's island. That has nothing to do with me. Number three, it's politics. And everything in politics, including wrestling and politics, is what everyone knows is it's all about the money, who you know, and how you can make yourself available at any time. Those three things in the wrestling business and in politics is where you're going to end up at. And just because they're chanting fuck ICE in Australia, which has no fucking, they don't even know what the fuck that means.
Here's the most ironic part of that. Almost no one in the world is stricter on immigration and coming into than Australia.
Yeah, dude,
they are one of the most strict of you can't come into our country. So it's stupid to hear them chanting it, but that just shows you if they're willing to do it, the U.S. is going to hijack the fucking shit. And it should have never. Brody King should have never been allowed to come out with that shirt or to do that's on Tony Khan and that's on Brody King. You could go on your own platform. You can have a wrestling angle like Sergeant Slaughter pretending he was Iraqi back. You can't fight the United States in the U.S. You can't fight the U.S. with the U.S. It was a dumb move. It should never, WWE does not allow that kind of thing at all for a reason. you got to keep the politics out of the
I don't
sport.
know,
So
man. They did an Antifa angle during freaking COVID.
that was stupid. I don't know why Vince agreed to that either, because all that did was to encourage more people along the line, and they quickly squashed that too. But that was dumb, because you go, oh, let's encourage more rioting and while people are volatile. That was stupid. That was dumb.
Yeah.
And we had Mustafa Ali, who was a former police officer, as the head leader of it.
Yeah, it was. That was. I thought that was. I was like, I can't believe Vince is willing to do this right now in this climate, and that's which is almost egging on that kind of. I was like, what is he thinking? Well, luckily they squashed it. And it was crap anyway.
He's thinking like, man, this might be some good shit.
It's all about that money, man. But and moving on from that, here's some more WWE.
Well, wait a minute, because we're not done with that, because we need to get into the other part of why I brought it up, and that is we need to talk about Dave Meltzer now and what we just talked about in AEW. So Dave Meltzer got made to look like a fool this week or this past week. He got on there and he said that it came from the top. Yet again, the top, this mysterious top of who's supposed to be above Tony Khan. Hello, but supposedly from the he claimed the network pulled Brody King off of television. This is 100% not true. Not true. And some people said, what if Brody was on a plane to Australia at the time? Guess what? He was on a plane to Australia to be at the show at the time. So one, Meltzer fucked up. Two, here's what I want. We need to figure out. Who is lying on the AEW? Was Meltzer lied to? Is Tony Khan lying, or is the network lying?
Dude, I'm gonna put it like this: anything to create controversy, just like the old controversy creates cash scenario. If Dave Meltzer reports something, Brody King got pulled off television because of the Abolish ICE shirt.
Yeah.
People are like, "Oh fuck."
Well. Here's where he really got his ass bit. The network themselves came on X and decided it was important enough to make a statement to Dave saying, "No, that's 100% not true. We did not pull Brody King off of television, and we never considered that move." Like they straight up when you're Turner or whoever we want at the top, and you're gonna come on and say, "No, we never even considered pulling it." You just pretty much.
Yeah, you committed fucking almost suicide right there, dude.
Because when the network is gonna consider your tweet important enough to say, "No, we did not have a hand in that. We did not agree with that." That's crazy. But my question is, who's lying? Cornette said it. A few podcasters said it. People reviewed it. Who's lying? Someone is fibbing. Someone is not. Someone. Either it's the network. Either it's Tony Khan, who has been pulling media strings and getting people to say and do what he wants, or Meltzer was fed bad info from somebody or lied. So the question is, Meltzer's taking the heat for it. Who's not on the up and somebody's got something screwed up in there. Somebody's fibbing.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, where you at, Josh? But there's somebody on some team in there is bullshitting us. The question is who?
It don't matter, dude.
Yes, it matters. It's a very important topic.
Well, the reason why it don't matter is this: how many times has Meltzer been wrong in the past year?
All right, okay. If you don't want to matter about Meltzer, that's fine. My question is it the board? Is it executive? Who is lying? That's the question. The question: who is not telling all the truth? Who's saying whatever? Is it Tony? Who is it?
Oh, it's Dave Meltzer is running with shit that he thinks is true.
Yeah, but then you have what Tony Khan said
it's probably
and what the execs said that contradict each other. They contradicts each other. So there's something wrong there, and that's the sign of bad business and bad management. That's what that is. Yet again, you would never see WWE in this situation unless Vince pulls something stupid. You're not going to see WWE in this kind of situation. That's a poor business move. And I'm not talking about Brody and what he did. I'm talking
Okay.
about the response and how it's being handled.
Okay, so here's
Keith
a
Lee
thing
saying
that
he wrote
really would throw you off. Then the Chris Benoit thing, when they did a whole spectacle.
Phil, your
Wait,
your
not
server is
about
all messed up. You freezing, it's coming in scrambled.
Yeah,
He's froze.
but
He's
remember
frozen.
for WWE whenever Chris Benoit
yeah, I know.
did what Chris Benoit did. Okay, so after that, Vince McMahon went on television and did a whole special about Chris Benoit and this great elaborate fucking thing that he was a great human. And then the very next week had to retract all of that.
Right.
No,
Well,
that happened. That happened on a Monday.
yep.
He did the special on a Monday. Then when it came down to SmackDown, he had to retract everything.
No, it was on
Right.
ECW when
Right.
he did
And
that.
that comes down to poor. That was WWE rushing to cap. That's Vince, who's famous for this. He capitalizing off of somebody's death to do a quick tribute show to make some cash, just like he when Brian Pillman died and he had his widow on there and had her crying, because he doesn't care. That was Vince trying to do a quick cash in off of Chris, and they didn't know all the facts. And then the case came out, and what happened, and they're like, "Oh shit, we can't glorify this guy now. We got to pretend this never happened."
Well,
But
He
that
did the
was
same
the
thing with Owen Hart.
well, no, Owen Hart was kind of different. Yeah, I want to say
Way
kind of
different.
different, but no, it was right in the middle of the broadcast where the news started breaking out that he actually did it.
Yeah, I didn't know until a few days after because I watched that whole Monday night tribute show that they canceled, and I think that was Vince trying to. I think he canceled that show because he realized when he went on with the Owen show that it was not looked at in good taste. So I think that's why he probably would have been better off going on with the show in this instance and stopping the Owen show. If he would have reversed them, I think it would have worked out better for him. Yeah, if he'd have
So
canceled the Over the Edge pay-per-view,
so
even
it
I mean,
ain't just WWE's fucked up a lot over the years. It ain't just AEW fucking up.
okay, but
WWE
that's not political.
dude, that was
Let's
The Chris Benoit murder was not political.
dude. No, it wasn't. That was like national news for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's not political. That's not religion or politics. That's a murder.
Suicide.
should we explain it with one character, Muhammad Hassan?
That was pretty. Well, they didn't
They
know
tried to
that the
kill his
bombing.
ass, literally.
Yeah, but they didn't know the bombing was going to happen. They didn't know that was all going to happen after they introduced the character. Once it happened, they were like, okay, people are finding this offensive, but they didn't know that's happened all over wrestling.
And you know what the messed up part is? That guy's a Puerto Rican.
He's Italian, actually.
Well, it's great. He's still signing autographs.
Yeah, dude. Like, he's one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The problem was they ran the angle with Undertaker and the guys in the masks, and they did what they did, and that's what people found it offensive because it was, on the heels of the attacks and stuff. So that's what went wrong there.
Don't forget a lot of those terrorists.
Political. Then
A lot of those terrorist organizations were cutting people's heads off. A lot of American.
Yeah, but you see, here's the deal, Mike. They took them off television. You get what I'm saying? It was bye-bye. We're getting rid of the character. Brody King is, for right now, still in AEW. I think they're going to have to make him go away, at least for a little while. I don't see how they're going to... That Tony Khan's not going to be able to come out there and go, "Oh, hi, guys. Would you please not hijack the show? And no F5's chance, guys."
Here's the thing with the Brody King situation is like, is the network's not happy about it? No, but you know what? He's a fan favorite. That's the messed up part is that he's a fan favorite.
Well, the
fans like him, and one way or another, you guys start hearing Where's Brody? Where's Brody? Where's Brody? Taking over
Yeah,
the
but he
segment,
shot himself in the foot.
I don't think he did. I really don't. The if the network has come out and said that they don't condone anything that he's done, and they're not planning on pulling him, I don't see any problem with it.
Me either.
That's why I mentioned the Australia incident. We were going to wait and see what happened there, and sure enough, the fans hijacked the show and did it there. They're gonna do it over here. I mean, I'm waiting to see when he comes, if and when he comes back on U.S. television on a Dynamite. I'm waiting for the reports. I mean, that shit blew up in all the worst ways it could have, and I don't know. There's no way to stop him without pulling it off, or stop it without pulling him, because the network's eventually going to get pissed because they're not going to get their deal, their merger.
I don't think they care.
Oh, I can guarantee you Trump heard about it.
If they don't get a merger, guess what? Warner Brothers stays as Warner Brothers, and the other two companies have to fight amongst
Yeah,
themselves.
but here's what you're not understanding. They want the merger. Discovery wants them. They want the money. They want the merger. They want the fucking money. Paramount wants to get their hands on Netflix. Everybody wants the money. We're back to the money. Brody King is stopping the money.
I don't think he is.
Wait and see.
I don't think he is. I really don't. I don't think Brody King, as much as what you're thinking, is a selling point to stop the merger from happening. It's one person. Dude, it ain't like LeBron James went out there and had during BLM was putting shirts on and sitting down during NBA games because of the national anthem. That happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're approaching. It's not the national anthem, but I think we're gonna find out in a week or two, and then if we don't see Brody, don't say I didn't tell you.
I don't think he's gonna be taken off television because it'd be stupid to take him off television when he's so over.
How you gonna have a TV show with beep or silence? Yeah, here it wrestling. Oh, that's all you're gonna hear. The whole segment, you're gonna get the bleeps. They're gonna that 5 6 second delay. They're not gonna let those chants go live on the air. I promise you. Promise.
They did in Australia.
Yeah, Australia. They wanted to see let's see how this is really gonna happen while we're not in the U.S. Watch when they come back. I do not see AW allowing those chants. I don't.
That's WWE because they are. What do you expect? They're more MAGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have that happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're for Trump.
No, it's not just that. You don't see them trying to push either side of the political agenda in the ring because they are an A-level business company.
Bullshit. Because if that is true, then why did they do the Antifa thing? Why did they do the Benoit thing? Why did they do the Sergeant
You are
Slaughter
not
thing?
in the Vince McMahon Titan Sports era. You are in the TKO era now. You are in a whole different ball game.
Hey, I'm debating this, man, because
I'm telling you what you are in the TKO merger era. You're not in the and not publicly traded era either anymore. Different world, different fucking world, and they're gonna run it like a business. They're not gonna have that stupidity going on to hurt business or hurt dollars or take away from their programming. That's the last thing. That's why you don't have WWE wrestlers acting the fool on Twitter. But on the other side of the aisle, they run wild.
Yeah, like if you're looking at the situation where The Rock's daughter was the general manager of NXT.
Yeah.
The minute her contract expired, it's like my contract officially expired. The next thing I got to say is fuck ICE or some shit like that.
Yeah, but you notice how she knew she wasn't allowed to do any of that while under contract. Yeah. Once she was free, she went on her own platform, said what and you know what? That's perfectly fine. Brody could have done the same thing. Now, it looks bad on your company, but still, Brody want to go on his own platform, say whatever he wants, that's fine. You don't go into a ring for a company you work for, and that doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. I wouldn't suggest any left wing or right wing shit on a Dynamite or an A because all that does is
you see that in a UFC fight because I remember there was a few you guys are yelling, "Let's go, Brandon!" And
Okay, but
That's old.
anyway, my frame of mind of looking
I'm
at it
just
is
saying, it was on TKO.
I'm looking from the business point of things. All right, well, they're not going to say anything about that because that's a UFC millions and millions of dollars of a real fight, and a few people saying let's go Brandon. A few people saying let's go Brandon is not fuck, 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 fuck over and over on network television where you can't say that word.
Well,
That's
most
the
of the
difference.
pay-per-views anyway, so they can't.
Or holy shit.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you could even get away with depending if it's after the 9 o'clock hour, you could get away with some shits. You can't say FUCK on network television. You can't do that.
They,
Uh,
they,
Network,
I
not
remember
not
in
not HBO,
WCW,
and I'm talking about network.
I remember on TNT. Matter of fact, it was Monday Night Nitro. Kevin Nash said, "Look here, motherfucker."
He did, and he
Didn't
got
bleep it.
fined for it too because he was not supposed to say he said shit, and one time he said fuck, and they got him for it. You're not supposed to say that.
And that show, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
even
he
Booker
went
T,
off. He
even
went
Booker
off.
T slipped up.
Yeah, he went off the
Calling
cuff, and he
Hulk
wasn't
Hogan
supposed to do that.
nice guy.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be. He wasn't supposed to do that. And Scott Steiner did it a few times, but the 5 6 second or the 9 second thing, they caught it and they bleeped him because they knew it was going to happen. They started making a that was a regular thing where they would say 6 seconds, 9 seconds, and they would purposely bleep him. That was part of the gimmick with Big Papa Pump at one
All
point.
right, so we're basically going around and around and around in circles here. So,
Well, it's all over the news, so we need to talk about it.
Yeah,
So basically,
So look, I don't care if it's fuck ice or pro ice or whatever. The shirt said abolish ice. People read it and they took off with it. You can't control the audience. You can't. And this is my debate on this. You can't control another person. Just like whenever they try to blame Beavis and Butthead for people committing suicide and killing other people. Beavis and Butthead made me do it. Oh, this horror movie I watched made me do it. No, you're just a fucking moron who decided to do dumb shit.
yeah.
That's what that is.
Well, these
Same way.
Now with this, I mean, unfortunately, we're gonna hear about this for the next three more years. So
Mhm.
Well, my only point is you can't say the F word on network television like that. You can't do what he did and there not be repercussions. And yes, network television in modern day, they do control the crowds. That's why they take signs. That they WWE and AEW are most definitely like we are controlling our crowd. That is it's not the 90s anymore. You can't just do whatever. And
I
that's
know
the
I'm
way
some funny signs.
and that's the way of the world today. That's what you get with network television. That's what the fuck happens with these big corporations. So anyway, it's not like Josh said, it's not going away. We'll still be talking about it because we're gonna see Wednesday if he shows up or doesn't, or there's we're gonna see how it goes, but it's gonna be a big talking point. But yeah, if y'all ready, we can move on to we have some WWE news.
Brock Lesnar versus LA Knight rumored to happen at Mania.
Yeah, that's being discussed very heavily that could be the match.
That's stupid.
It sucks. I don't know why you would. The whole crowd's good. All right, let's go to the beginning. The year when Brock got taken off of television for the Janelle Grant Vince McMahon bullshit, that year was supposed to be Gunther versus Brock at Mania. Okay, it didn't happen. So we still have that in the tank. That was brought up again this year, just like we talked about Obafemi was rumored for a little while. All right. I could see them not doing Obafemi because he's so new. So the more realistic thing would be probably Gunther. Okay. Now, if Brock's really gonna retire at SummerSlam, like they're saying, and they've teased, Gunther, they bought the legend killer thing for or retiring, for Gunther. They bought the title. He's done two big names already. Why not make it a third? I mean, save Brock and Gunther for SummerSlam. But my only problem is if you put Brock against LA Knight everyone's going to cheer LA Knight and boo Brock. Now, if you want to do a final match with Brock against Gunther, and Gunther's already booed because people don't like him because he's killing their favorites, you would think that Brock would be the face and they would cheer him in his retirement and losing to Gunther. So I don't understand unless they're planning, unless Triple H has some brilliant scheme before SummerSlam that Gunther's going to be cheered all of a sudden, which I don't see it right now. I mean, why would you have Brock go at Mania and squash LA Knight as a heel being booed and get that heat on him? Do they think maybe they could turn around where Gunther will be more cheered than Brock? I don't think so. I think the people are going to stick with who they know, Brock being the longer the veteran and him being a risk of a final match and not one. I think the people will rally behind Brock versus Gunther. So what are we doing here? If this LA Knight match does happen, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
Not watching Mania.
Yeah, well, I understand that perfectly. I mean, New Japan and Stardom will be on that weekend, and it's going to be wonderful. But and Phil will be right there live. I'll probably buy Stardom and watch that the night before, New Japan the night after. But if it is Brock and LA Knight, what are we doing? Why are we going to get this heat on Brock before he retires? Why are we? Yeah, I understand if you want to give Brock a big win, but we all know if it's LA Knight, he's going to beat the shit out of LA Knight. We know this. Brock's not a B minus dude isn't beating Brock Lesnar.
A person who will never hold the World Heavyweight Champion or the other championship.
He's never going to hold the big one.
He's never going to hold one of the world titles. Neither will Sami Zayn. I hate to say that. Neither will Sami Zayn.
They miss
Sami Zayn. Time went and gone. Sami Zayn should have been champion like a couple years ago. The 17-18 Mania Rumble season, the one with Nakamura won. I would have went with Sami Zayn because it was at the time when Bryan was retired and gone. I was like, you've got your next Daniel Bryan right here. The people love this dude. He's the scrappy white meat babyface. Sammy had never turned heel yet. I was like, you've got him right here. The people will just listen to that pop when you give him the win. Now, it didn't happen. Nakamura won, which I was thrilled about. Of course, the Mania match was horrible with him and AJ. But I would have done it then. And if you weren't doing it then, the honorary Uso was his last chance. That would have been the final chance to do it with Sammy.
Mm-hmm. And then you got the other news. Stephanie McCoy roasting Liv Morgan last night on Raw.
Yes, and there's two backlashes on that is because I wish WWE would just do this and put, even if it was a pre-taped segment, put freaking subtitles. God dang. It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, this is coming from a Latin guy. I don't speak Spanish. I'm half Latin. I don't speak Spanish at all. Very little. Very, very little bit. So I didn't understand, like maybe a few words here and there. I didn't understand that. I didn't have to. I found out the next like today, what the full translation of just said, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" She roasted the shit out of it. And I was like, "Damn! I wish I would have saw that live. I would have been more happy to see that live."
I don't know why they don't. They've gotten money out the ass. Buy us one. I don't care what he or she looks like. Buy us a fucking translator for after the matches or shit like this and let them talk.
Yeah.
Get us a fucking translator.
Translations, like subtitles.
Even triple. I mean, they're doing it in AAA.
UFC.
When somebody's Spanish speaking and we got the English commentators, they got the guy translating. Why can't we have a guy fucking translating?
They should do like UFC and get us a translator right there in the fucking ring for after the segment or after the time. Just get us. Y'all make
Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, they make millions of dollars. Hire a fucking translator. Damn it.
I mean, this would have been an epic roast live on TV, but I had to find out the next day when somebody translated it. And she roasted Liv Morgan. On the backlash of that is like people saying is like, well, you don't know Liv Morgan's story. She had a stroke. I was like, No,
No, no.
she came into WWE and she was grew WWE style.
She
So
didn't wrestle
everything
outside
that
the Indies.
so the points and struggles that she had, you
Cry
know,
me a fucking river.
I
She was
don't think
pampered by
she's.
WWE.
I don't think Liv Morgan is all that. I mean, looks wise, in ring,
yeah.
I don't find she's all that. Now, I know all the dudes have a crush on her, and that I don't find she's believable beating Stephanie, but everybody likes her because they think she's hot, so they're gonna put it on her. But I just don't. I don't think she's believable to fight Stephanie.
Oh no, Stephanie
Yeah.
Vaquer is gonna kill her ass.
I hate
Yeah.
to tell you this. I think Stephanie's gonna lose.
Yeah, I think for the story angle,
Story wise, she'll end up cheating just to beat because she knows she can't beat her in a clean wrestling match.
but then again, it's like that's leading up into WrestleMania. I mean, do you really want to take the belt off to one of your best wrestlers
At
right
Mania?
before WrestleMania?
Well, I'm thinking at Mania they're gonna do it.
Oh God.
That's really what I think. Now, here's a wild one for y'all. Just imagine this, and imagine the heat it would get. But
Well, actually,
Who-
wait a minute. Now that I think about it, wait a minute. Liv Morgan's the Royal Rumble winner, so this is the WrestleMania match.
it is. But here's what I'm saying: with Stephanie Vaquer being Spanish, what if old boy came down and cost her the win and got and gave it to Liv? What if what if Ray's son did it? What if Dominic is the one that cost Stephanie Vaquer?
I don't know, man.
Well, how wild would that be? Stephanie and Dominic going at it in promos, and her after him, and the Mexican. Let's say they go to AAA, and just imagine that if Liv's gonna win, instead of having her go over clean because it doesn't seem real, what if Dominic came down and cheated for Liv?
That would make sense.
It would be a hell of a soap opera angle.
Well, that's how that. Well, she did him the favor and got him the Intercontinental title back. So,
I'm just saying, instead of an
well, what is
unbelievable.
Dom gonna do? Like, gonna trip her up? I mean, you can't exactly go into the ring and like hug on her and kick her in a clam, you know?
No, but he could pull the foot. He could toss Liv's a weapon. He could even hit her when the ref's not looking and get all kind of heat on him. And then just imagine Stephanie after him. You know how wild that would be? It would be better than Liv Morgan pretend beating Stephanie Vaquer, which we know in real life would never happen.
I just looked up her. I'm looking at her Wikipedia. She's only been in one movie so far, The Kill Room.
Ooh.
Liv Morgan. She made a guest appearance on the second season of Chucky, and she was starring in Takashi Miike's film Bad Lieutenant Tokyo opposite Shun Oguri and Lily James. She started, you know how she got her job in the WWE?
Oh.
Enzo Amore, her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
Oh God.
yeah.
That
'Cause wasn't-
explains it all.
yeah, because she was with him and Carmella was with the other one.
Yeah, Carmella was with Big Bill or
Yeah.
Big Cass. True story.
How about this big retirement angle for AJ?
For who?
What the hell's going on?
So I was looking up something.
How about this big retirement angle for AJ coming up?
That makes me feel like that he signed a Legends deal.
The Georgia thing that's getting ready to happen in Atlanta for him.
Mm-hmm.
The WWE said they would give him an extension if he wanted it. They flew him to Stanford that weekend after the match, and he did a some kind of interview, a promo, something for some kind of behind the scenes thing. But they've already got plans in place for AJ.
It's crazy.
And he did not take off the gloves in the match. He thought he was gonna take off the gloves. He left them on, so he's not done. But it don't look like he's going anywhere else either. Yeah,
Wow.
That's more news right there.
Okay, so I'm reading something. And Carmella was a former Laker girl,
Yes, she was.
and that's how she got her job. She went on a tryout to win the WWE tryouts and got it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm reading everything. Is she still part of WWE?
Uh, the last thing I know, she squeezed out a couple puppies, and that was about it
Yeah, I
with
don't know what
Corey
happened.
Graves.
Yeah.
Not too sure what happened to her, but she was never must see TV for me.
No, that was the thing. She had I think she's on her second kid with Corey Graves, and that she hasn't been back since.
Maybe she's knocking that out, having all the kids before she returns for her career. She might be
Or
doing
not
that.
be able to get back in shape the way she was.
I'm thinking if she did one and she's on number two, she's having her. They're having their kids, and she's gonna hang that up and probably return to the ring. Becky returned after the one, so I'm thinking they might. Her and Seth might say the one is fine, or if she retires before she gets too old. But she's getting up there too, though. The horsewomen are getting up there. They're not the spring chickens anymore. We've got Stephanie McCord and Julia and all these fire ass women running around now.
That can actually wrestle.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was just looking up the translation to the Stephanie Vacour interview. I'm
Yeah,
like, woo, damn, she roasted. She roasted Liv. She roasted her.
yeah. She roasted
And,
a good.
and the worst part is, you see somebody was putting still shots of Dominic Mysterio. He's like, wow, because he speaks Spanish,
He
so
was
he's
saying
like,
Spanish.
yeah. So he's like,
right.
damn. Someone put it like a smile on a picture of him smiling. He's like, oh, my next mommy.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
I'm wondering what if they have him come in and actually deck Stephanie McCool when the ref goes down, and that helps Liv to win the title. And boy, that would be some soap opera telling. It is WWE, but whoo, could you imagine the two of them, her chasing him in a Triple A ring? Could you imagine him showing up as the champ? She just comes out of the crowd or wherever, chases him up the. Could you imagine that Arena Mexico exploding?
Mm-hmm.
That would be some hella drama.
there'd be some good shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just fantasy booking here. It just gave me on the fly, but Dominic, both of them are Spanish. They can rap, they can talk the rap. It makes sense for with Liv Morgan. She cheated to help him win. He's still the current champ. I mean, there's a lot of meat on the bone there if you want to do some wicked storytelling and tie in Mexico. And all the Spanish speaking people. There's some stuff that could be had there. I would do that if I was doing a sports entertainment thing. I would do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when she finally gets her hands on Dom and beats the crap out of him, that'd be terrific too.
And tomorrow, or not tomorrow night, but Thursday night, we also got the first ever guitar case casket match happening on TNA between Elias and
Dude,
Mustafa Ali.
Oh
do we
my
really got
god!
to review this, man?
Yeah.
And Vince Russo is not there to book this.
No, he's not.
I'm
This is all.
surprised it's not a guitar casket on a pole.
I don't know how
Oh,
to
good
feel about
God.
TNA.
I don't know.
It's one of her.
We're documenting the fall of TNA again. It just
Hey,
won't die.
we'll be in New
TNA
Orleans.
just won't die.
It won't. It really won't.
It's like the little engine that couldn't.
I mean,
It just won't
I know we're
go
talking about earlier. We bought our tickets to
Sacrifice.
to New Orleans. I'm going to be making a trip down to the South. And hopefully, don't come back with an accent. And
We'll take care of that.
Yeah, you'll be handled with most delicacy, my friend.
but at most, I'm gonna eat some good food. I mean, that's what I'm looking for too. Is eat some good food.
Oh, don't worry, my man. You'll have great food in New Orleans. Well, not New
But yeah,
Orleans, but
but at the
Louisiana.
same time, it's like I know I said once they got this contract, they said they need to step up the game. And like I said, episode one they did not do good. It was horrible. And so far, where it was it going to be episode six
Yep,
of the new
episode
deal,
six
the
Thursday.
TV
Yep,
deal?
this is gonna be in Nashville tomorrow on Thursday.
Yeah. Speaking of which, before we get into we're talking about this, how was the pay per view? Did someone watch it? Okay, what's your review? Because we never really got into that. Because there was a lot of wrestling this past weekend. There was like a lot of
Yes,
wrestling that went on,
yes.
and
You had Friday night. You had SmackDown. You had No Surrender. Saturday night you had
Grand Slam
Grand Slam and
and
AAA.
AAA had an events.
Yeah, and then Sunday night, I don't know what happened Sunday night.
And my favorite thing is New Japan took the whole week and a half off, so I didn't have to worry about nothing.
So yeah, but how was the pay per view? Was it even decent?
It was decent. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. Both titles switched hands, which was now you have Trey Miguel as the new international champion, and you have Ariana Grace as the TNA Knockouts champion, and she went. Wow. Okay, there, Phil.
Sorry, my throat's kind of.
That's what she said.
He got Phil on that one.
I love you, Phil. But no, but no, Ariana Grace took to Twitter and said that basically that's for doubting her and her abilities as a wrestler and all this stuff, and then she credited Lily and Yeely for giving her a real good fight, and it was a really good fight. It wasn't like the elegance and all that bullshit. It was an actual good match.
And
So
she took her dad's snake.
yeah, but it was a really good match. And that match was good. The Stacks versus Trey Miguel match was really good. Mike Jackson versus Mance Warner was a pleasant surprise. Um, the Eric Young match was.
Eric Young.
I almost say it's Eric Young, man. You can't stop that monster. And to be honest, the main event they try to have so much controversy in it, so much turmoil, and
It was the Hardys and what you call it, right?
No, the Hardys and the Righteous versus the Order 4 was it wasn't nothing to write home about. Jeff Hardy had a Jason Voorhees face paint because Friday the 13th.
I'm looking forward to the card tonight. We're getting Atlantis Senior and Atlantis Junior on the same team, Mystico and more.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about this card, but I'm looking forward to next night, which I think is on the 20th, ain't it? Ain't night 2 on the 20th?
Either we go 2 nights in a row or we get I don't know if we get a break after the first night. I think we might be going, I don't know, one year we went a whole week, it went like 5 days in a row.
Dude, that'd be awesome if we get 5 nights of Fantastic Mania.
I don't know if from what I understand, I think we're only getting 2 this year.
Awesome.
But
now, is it all just Mexican wrestlers just wrestling in Japan, or are they tussling up with New Japan?
Certain New Japan talent that have ties to Mexico that either went on excursion to CMLL or have. That's why it used to always be LIJ involved. Like Show is going to be in one of the main matches, teaming with I want to say Guerrero Senior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're gonna it's gonna be CMLL versus CMLL with some slight New Japan talent sprinkled in, but not a lot, like not even 5 people. But they're gonna change up the matches. What?
Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door.
Well, Forbidden Door before Forbidden Door, technically, because it's been going on for years. But yeah, they're gonna change up the matches, and we're gonna get fresh matches every night. But yeah, it's pretty common that Mystico ends up headlining 1 or 2. And I love Atlantis Jr. That dude's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
when I watch him with the long tights and the mask, reminds me of when I was a kid watching wrestling. You know, it's like I watch that dude, and I feel like when kids watch John Cena. That's how I feel because the dude's always smiling. He's grabbing the kids up. Like I'm like, that's a fucking wrestler. That's a fucking pro wrestler. You know, it just comes off like that.
And to add a little bit more weirdness to everything going on, shit. When you were talking about that, you also have to take into consideration of damn, I just got lightheaded.
So I'm smoking that shit. Squirrel.
Never seen Godzilla fly so fast.
Yeah, no shit, right? No, man.
No, you got to do it upside down. I was like, oh.
Yeah, you got to do the drop kick with the tail slide from Godzilla versus Megalon.
Wow. I can't believe I lost my conscious mind that quick. It went boom that quick, dude. Wow, that was crazy. That was fucking. Oh, fantastic. No, I lost it. Fuck whatever I was going to say.
Fantastic Mania.
Nope. I lost the train of thought.
It is, until he can regain his composure, it is 12 o'clock.
Y'all want to show shit? Because I'll probably remember it on
I got a
Thursday.
few things to show. Even though I already have had these for a while, figure why not show them off.
Yeah, Phil, extreme close up.
Check this out, guys. Look what I got.
Oh,
Old Tales from the Crypt comic books.
nice.
Oh, shit.
Reprints are original.
These are reprints, but they're still awesome to read, you know?
I wish you would have had the originals. Originals.
Yeah, shoot, the originals are worth
And
a
I
lot
also
of money.
got some Wolverine comics that are over 30 years old.
They're not worth shit. I have that. That thing ain't
Yeah,
worth
I
shit.
got that one too. So, but
It's
great
still a
issue
good
though.
story, okay? The wooden, the bone claws are epic. I don't care what they say.
Oh, look, I have that one too. That ain't worth shit either, dude.
Hey, wait a minute now. Hey, I like Wolverine, so go ahead, show them off. I
love
probably got
it.
the
Cool
entire
cover. I mean, I don't care how much it's worth. It has it.
I got you.
This
Like the
cover
story.
makes me want to read the story. I mean, it's fucking Lady Deathstrike.
Now
Yeah.
there is an alternate cover to that one. I know.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes.
This is a pretty cool cover too.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
old
I think
man
that's
Logan
the best
cover
right
is
there.
worth like the most.
Oh, I bet. This is around the time when Wolverine was getting really animalistic because he didn't have his adamantium in his claws, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you gotta go to the other side. You're in the chat. There you go.
You can see the animalistic in him, and then he starts slowly getting it back afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Apocalypse put his adamantium back in.
I thought it was Magneto.
No, it was Apocalypse. No, Magneto took it.
Yeah,
Magneto
ripped
took the
it from his
adamantium,
whole
and then Apocalypse gave it back, and he made him one of his four horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
See, I know
And
my
then he
shit.
turns on Apocalypse.
Yeah. Then he finally regains his memory and turns on Apocalypse and everything.
That was a really good story too, believe it or not. That was a
Yes.
great story.
The only thing I'm missing is 80 issue number 81 and 84 out of these comics I got.
81 and 84. Let me write that down. Let's see what I can find.
That would be a good birthday present right there.
Damn it, I've got a pen over here.
Wolverine 81 and 84.
81 and
85.
84. I'll take a look. I always got I got like a box of stuff that I sell, and I always look out for comics. So, all right. Oh, go on mine and my nice King Diamond shirt.
Yeah.
By the way.
King
I gotta
Diamond is
find that one.
underrated. He is underrated.
I saw him live
All right.
10 years ago.
Where did my home go? Here we go. All right. Now today is gonna be fun on vinyl. So, first one up, going with the Smack of God.
That's
I
a
see
good
my
album.
concert.
That's one of my favorite albums by that band.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I actually do like this album, and I think this is their first.
It is their first album.
Well, I
They
know
had-
it's their first album, but I think this is the first time it's been on vinyl. I'm pretty sure on that.
What I missed besides what Josh you just showed? What I missed?
You missed some comics from Phil.
All right.
Yeah.
Some Wolverine comic books and Tales from the Crypt.
What was the
Next
album
up.
you just showed? Phil, what was the album? I mean, not Phil. What was the album you just showed?
Godsmack.
Okay.
That's a good album too.
Out
Facelift.
of the Chain Facelift.
That's a great album.
I just got that last night for a steal of a deal.
Yeah, I know. All right. Next up, I finally got this.
Yeah.
Ah, you got your Rain in Blood finally.
Yes, Slayer. Random Blood had to ask Chad to get that for me. All right.
It's better than
next up.
Exodus.
Hey, watch that Exodus bad mouthing over there, you.
Hey,
I like
Slayer
that.
is better than Exodus.
I don't know, bro.
Next up, I picked this up.
Who is this and why do I care?
This is
Stone
Jimi Hendrix
Titties.
and Otis Redding at Monterey Pop International Festival.
Okay, Otis Redding, you got me sold. And Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
like
sold.
also
Yeah.
also performance by Jimi Hendrix on this right here. It's all
Yeah,
live.
they're not together though. They're separate on each side.
Yeah, each side is different.
Yeah, I got one of those too. Somewhere.
I like live music, bro.
Next, I picked this up. I picked this up at Wally World.
I got
Master,
wrong with that album.
Master of Puppets. And it's on an awesome red vinyl too. Or no, orange. No, is it red?
That's
No.
wicked looking. Oh, look, it's orange, dude.
Yeah, it's got that goldish, that yellow brownish.
brown, yeah, like oldish brown or something.
Well, it's supposed to say red, but it looks orange for some reason.
You might have got a fucking what is that shit called whenever they're fucking error?
Yeah.
You got an
Well,
error.
no two vinyl splatter covers or colors are the same. They're all individually different.
And I picked this one up.
Ah, he got his trick or treat.
Fast way.
Yes, Fast
Fast
Way,
Way.
Trick or Treat. You want to talk about some 80s metal right here? This is an 80s metal soundtrack right here, but it's
bet.
actually a good one.
Yeah, they're OG of that goes for high money.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
And I
a
won't be
good
buying
metal
that.
soundtrack I got is the Deathgasm soundtrack.
That's
Now
awesome.
I end it with this one. Been wanting this for a while. Instant classic right here.
Peace sells.
But who's
But
buying?
who's buying?
Nobody's buying.
What do you mean I'm not kind? Just not your company.
So there we go. That's all I got.
All right.
And now we go
And
to
you wearing- And you're
All
wearing a Weed Eater t-shirt. You fucker.
Huh?
You're wearing a Weed Eater t-shirt.
That I am. It's God Luck and Good Speed, which is a great album. I have one. All right, we're gonna start with this. Make Josh mad. Mine's here already. But I got a music on vinyl.
Oh.
nice. Mine will be coming soon.
So I get 180. Hopefully yours is music on vinyl too.
Astro 3000. That was a good
And
album.
we've got, all right, we'll save this. This is the auction. So we'll go to the bottom. You've been having yours. I finally found mine. And but this was it was $30. But yeah, I've got my Stormtroopers of Death now.
Yeah, but
Nice.
but mine's OG.
Mine's
Yeah.
like the double LP. It comes with the comes with the main album and also a live version of the entire
Yeah.
This is it.
album.
This one's a double album. Side C is Live in Tokyo 1999 with all the live songs.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Yeah, I got
Yes.
that on CD. I got that in CD. I got the extended one on CD and everything, but I got like the OG vinyl.
All right. And next we got.
Tomorrow.
All right. This I had no idea. I've only seen this the one time, and I grabbed it, and there was this pissed off woman because she said she'd been looking for it for forever. But
I remember that.
Pride and Glory, Zach Wild before Black Label Society.
Wow.
Nice.
That's Zach Wild's best material right here. Better than all of his Black Label albums. This is that's a rockin' fucking that's a good one.
And it's like I remember that happening. It's like I remember I told you it's like, hey, jump on, they got Pride of Glory. He's like, oh.
Yeah, I ran for that.
Got on there, he bid on it, and then some girl tried to claim it, and he had to throw the challenge flag, and you got it.
Yeah, I threw the challenge flag. Ready for this?
Let's get it.
10-year anniversary. We were all.
These were the final copies available before deleted from catalog. Slayer.
Repent. That's a good album.
I had to. They when I saw that, I was like, you know what? For years I refused to listen to this album because no Jeff. I finally, when I did my Slayer review on my old channel, I finally listened to it and I said, you know what? I was like, it's better than World Painted Blood. I said, it's not about, even though there's no Jeff.
Gary Holt is a great guitar player, man. He does great solos on that album.
Who? Gary?
Gary Holt.
Oh, Gary, yeah, Holt.
Gary Holt of Exodus, man.
Yeah, I know. They didn't let him write anything on that album, and I think that's a mistake. He just played some leads, but Gary wrote everything. So I was like, I love Gary Holt. He's one of the founding fathers of thrash. He's up there with Dave Mustaine and Eric Peterson and James Hetfield. They're all there, and Scott Ian. They're all those rhythm guitar players. That's all the guys that created thrash metal. Yeah, this I had to grab. I've got a lot of modern sealed and heavy stuff, but one of the best comeback albums of all time.
Black Gives Way to Blue, Alice in Chains. That's one of their last albums.
What a comeback album, huh? I mean, that thing, it rocks. But what a comeback album! After the first one, after they had went on without Lane. All right, time for some auctions. I'm closing in. I'm down to one album left from this artist for an OG. This was a 1981 U.S. Winchester. One of my favorite albums from the band, but it's Van Halen, Fair Warning.
Nice.
Wow, I don't know that.
One of my absolute. This and Van Halen 1 fight for the number one spot for me. So now I have every David Lee Roth era Van Halen except Dive It Down. That's the one I'm missing. I have Vintage 1, 2, Women and Children First, missing Dive It Down, Fair Warning, and 1984. So I'm
1984 is their biggest album to date.
Yeah, that's the big one that sold. But that one's. But it's nowhere near as good as the first. And then final album, 1982 U.S. reissue, but it almost never comes up, and I needed it. And it was a $20 start. There's some coverware. It's old, but I paid $35 for it. But another one, I almost have all their original albums.
Saxon.
Strong Arm of the Law.
Breaking the Law.
Strong Arm of the Law. Yep, the third album, the one after Wheels of Steel and before Denim and Leather. Great out, one of the best right there. And just to prove to y'all how old I'm getting, I got excited. I actually bought this, but my new vacuum cleaner.
Nice.
You never go wrong.
That just shows you. I made a post the other day on Facebook. I said, the kids, man, I need $60 for a game. Then I said, me, damn it, I gotta fork out $60 for a freaking vacuum cleaner.
I had to fork out $100 for a bed.
There you go. Yeah, but anyway, I got a vacuum cleaner. So whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Now I just got to put some dents in that bed, Bill.
Pretty good deal.
What happened?
My sister found that bed for me, like on one of those Facebook, those Facebook online sales.
Cool.
Hey, okay. I did the same for mine for my guest room.
All right, gentlemen. I ready to call it?
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to get my ticket.
Yeah, you need to get your ticket before some sucker goes and buys the seat next to us.
I doubt that's gonna happen, bro.
Josh needs to get his damn plane tickets before they go sky high on him.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the higher the price goes usually and gets jacked up.
No. But no, I've been pretty lucky, so I've been able to get some flights for some decent prices. I just got to go through travel agencies. So
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not watching Ringside Rants,
You're doing life wrong, brother.
yes, man, and we're just not food to eat. We're also
we're food for the ears, baby.
That's right. And it don't matter if it's my copper bullets or if it's a freaking Bissell vacuum cleaner. You just always remember, what's mine is mine. What's yours might not be mine yet, but it will be.
Hey, does anybody have any fun facts for the evening?